Computer. Wonderful, cool. So this is Monday Mindset. It is, what's the date today? The 26th of May, right? And we're gonna get straight into it. All right, guys. So this business is not easy. Okay, making money is not easy. Making six figures is not easy. Making seven figures is certainly not easy, guys. So I don't understand when people do come into this business and expect it to be easy. It does not make sense. And after doing this for the last 5 years, guys, for anyone that is brand new, I have been doing this for 5 years. I'm at the moment doing very, very well for myself, humbly. And I'm not saying that to gloat, I'm just saying it so I now maybe have your attention. Okay. So when it comes to it, guys, you need to decide which one or which person you are on today's call. As you guys can see, the title is Winners versus Losers. Now, this world, the world we live in, guys, has the intention to create a lot of losers. Not many people are winning in today's day and age. A lot of people are unfortunately losing. And I'm not talking about materialistic things because I know winners that have nothing to their name. And I also know losers that have a lot of materialistic things to their name. And ultimately, it comes down to the mindset. Comes down to what they say to themselves, how they make people feel. It comes down to the influence they have. It comes down to the aura they have. I'm an energy person. I go off and live off energy. That's just me personally, all right? So let's get into it, all right? So a winner makes mistakes and says, I was wrong, okay? A loser says it was my fault. Now let's compare this to the business, guys. A lot of us join to learn how to make money in trading. Okay, we send out the coordinates, we tell you guys to do risk management, okay? And for whatever reason, okay, you decided to take the trade. It was the wrong time, TP had already been hit, you was too late to the trade, you still took the trade and you lost. And the first thing you do is go into the chat and you say some sort of negative energy, not realizing it was your fault. Okay, no one went behind your phone, no one clicked the button of buy and sell. You went and did it yourself. Now, a winner holds their chest up, holds their chin high, and says, I was wrong. I was eager. I had FOMO. I had any of the above, but it was my fault and I was in the wrong. And I'm going to firm this loss like a boss. Okay. Many of us like to point the finger, guys. That is what a loser does. And the reason why I feel like I've done so well in entrepreneurship, because I am very, very competitive. I used to play football when I was younger. I was the captain in most teams that I played for. I hated to lose. But when I came into entrepreneurship and especially trading, guys, you're going to have to still have a winning mindset, but be okay with losing. Because what do we alternatively think a loss as, guys? Can anyone tell me in the chat? What do we see as a loss? Like what is a loss, right? When we lose, what is the alternative that you should look at it towards? Can anyone tell me in the chat box? A lesson, okay? We don't lose. We don't lose. Like I don't lose. I have a lot of lessons and I've had a lot of lessons and I will continue to have lessons until I learn that lesson. Okay. But the average person, the loser, is going to say, oh, it was Toyosi's fault. Oh, it was the scanner's fault. Don't be a loser. Okay. A winner works harder than a loser and has more time. A loser is always too busy staying a failure. Like I said, I'm going to step on toes. I might sting a few people. And if it stings, wear the trainer, tie it, and do something about it. Okay, because a loser is always too busy. Someone may ring you and say, "Hey, have you plugged in? Have you plugged into the trading? Have you plugged into the Zoom calls? We have a Zoom call every single day. Whatever the information, whatever system we're trying to plug you into, that the loser is I'm too busy. Okay, or I don't have the time. Guys, please understand, each and every single one of us has the exact same 24 hours in a day. Why is there someone that has six kids, three kids, two jobs, whatever have going on? You have nowhere near as much going on in their life, and you still are not able to create time. You are a loser. You have a loser mindset, guys. Okay? A winner goes through a problem, a loser goes around it. Especially when it comes to entrepreneurship and building the business, which some of you may not. You're right. You may be a customer on this call where you're just using the products and services to make money, and you may be an affiliate on this call. Either side, to be honest with you, you will always face a problem. But in entrepreneurship, guys, we get paid depending on how many problems we solve. So if you're not making money in this business yet, I can guarantee you, you haven't helped someone or even yourself with your current problem. And you're always going around the problem. It's easy for you to go around the problem. You realize you're not disciplined. So you're going to go around the problem and you're going to quit. So when you go into your day-to-day life, you quit this. And I said this, I did a training. We had a great training, Hugo, yeah, over the weekend. And 9 out of 10 people, guys, that quit this business. So everyone on this call, you guys are in the business. You guys are paid the subscription. You're part of the team. You're part of the family. 9 out of 10 people that leave this business, guys, do not go on to do better. I'm not saying that from an egotistical standpoint. I'm not making that up. It's not my opinion. I've been doing this for the last 5 years. I've helped thousands of people. 9 out of 10 people that quit this business do not go on to do better. They settle for less. They go around the problem. The reason why I couldn't quit trading, guys, when I first started, I was blowing accounts after accounts after accounts after accounts. Thousands of pounds I lost when I first started. But you know why I couldn't quit? Because if I did quit, I'm going around the problem of me as a man being lack of, or having no discipline. I have no emotional intelligence. So if I quit on this, when it comes to my kids or whatever bigger problem in life, guess what I'm also going to do? I'm also going to quit. You can't run from your problems, guys. Like what is not comes in the dark, it will be shown in the light at one day, one point. So you can run from it now. You can quit this business now. You can get away from it now. But I promise you, later down the line, it will catch up to you. Okay? A winner shows he's sorry by making up for it. A loser says he's sorry, but does the exact same thing the next time. I'm going to say that again. A winner shows he's sorry by making up for it. A loser says he's sorry, but he does the same thing over and over again. This one may be personal, where you have maybe, I don't know, parents or spouses where they've said certain things and they said they was going to do this and they said they was going to do that, and they never get round to it. Now, I'm not a perfect leader, I'm not a perfect human, but I always try to intend that if I say I'm going to do something or I don't do something, I try to at least be honest about it to make, you know, I was in the wrong here. I'm sorry, and I'm going to try and do as much as I can to make up for it. We're not perfect, guys. We can't always do that. I'm not going to sit here and say that I always never say sorry and never do it again. But my intention is that I want to say sorry and I want to make sure I never do it again. Okay? A winner knows what to fight for and what to compromise on. A loser compromises on what he should not and fights for what isn't worth fighting for. Every day is a battle for life, and it is very important that we are fighting for the right things and not wasting our time. Okay? What are you compromising, guys, when it comes to this business? You have to. It's not a discussion. You have to give up something to go up. Some of us join this business with our old mindset, our old friends, our old way of thinking, and expect to have something you never had, even though you've never given up anything. What are you compromising? A winner is willing to compromise regardless of the situation. If you want to retire your friends and family, okay, what do you have to compromise? Are you willing to do that? If you don't, then you don't really want what it is you want, and you're looked at and you will become a loser, guys. In this business, you need to have a winning mindset. We have a winning culture. Like everybody in this team's a winner. We don't condone losing mindset. We don't condone complaining and moaning. And this is why I say to you guys, and I speak to you guys in the chats when it comes to the community chat, don't sit there and complain about stop loss. When you've lost your £100 account and you've lost your £500 account, try losing 30K and then let's see if you're still winning or you're still losing. It's so good when you get to speak to different people in this industry, because I realize that my problems aren't that big. I speak to so many other problems, and someone has a bigger problem. How dare I complain? How dare I now complain about my situation? I've got a friend that rings me every single day. He's serving 25 years in jail. He cannot come out of jail until 2045. Do you think when he rings me, I tell him about my problems? Do you think I can even have a conversation about what I'm going through? Impossible. How can I be that selfish? But some of us, we like to push, right, our problems on people when your problems aren't even that bad. You just have a loser mindset, a victim mindset, which this world wants you to build, because then you're never going to stand up for what you deserve. Okay? A winner says, I'm good, but not as good as I ought to be. A loser says, well, I'm not as bad as a lot of other people. A winner looks up to where he is going. A loser looks down at those who have not yet achieved the position he has. I don't see myself any better than any of you on this call. You guys are not better than me. I am not better than you. We are the same. But when it comes to this industry and the market value, I just bring more value to this marketplace. That's the only difference. But I don't look down on anyone on this call. And I certainly don't look up or idolize anyone in this business. I'm inspired, don't get me wrong, but I'm not envious. I'm not anything negative. I am inspired. I need you guys on this call to stay inspired. Okay, because the moment you think that you're doing well and now you're better than people, it's not a good trait to have, guys. Okay, a winner respects those who are superior to him and tries to learn from them. A loser resents those who are superior to him and tries to find fault. I remember this saying, when you point at someone, guys, most of your three fingers are actually pointing back at you. So I'm pointing at you right now. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. These times you have three fingers facing you. You're the problem. This is a huge topic in today's world. No one likes to take accountability. Accountability is an uncomfortable conversation. A lot of men on this call, you don't like to take accountability for your actions. Everybody on this call, I know you do things and you don't take accountability. You blown your account, but somehow it's Gifu's fault, right? You've over leveraged, but somehow the products don't work. You hit your daily target, but you was being greedy, but somehow it's someone else's fault. I've come to a position where I've actually now, I don't even, if anything goes wrong in this business, if this business goes down to zero, which a business has before, guess whose fault it was, guys? My fault. It was all my fault. I've done something wrong somehow, somewhere. But when we have great calls like last Monday and the likes of Kevin and Ishak and Melanie were sharing their testimonies, I don't take any credit for that. That is them. They're the winners. They decided to follow the game plan. They decided to make the withdrawals. That is on them. I don't take anyone's flowers. And no one can take mine either. But when it goes left, guys, I'm not a loser. I'm not going to sit here and blame and say, oh, Sammy or Melando or any of the leaders. No, it was my fault. Okay? A winner is responsible for more than his job. A loser says, I only work here. This is why I could not be an employee for longer than, I don't think I ever lasted longer at a job than a year. I think my Tesco job was maybe a year or more because I knew I had more responsibilities, more purpose, more being than working a bloody job. But a loser says, "Oh, I'm just here I'm just here. I just work here. This is my job, and I'm gonna be here forever." That's a loser. Like really and truly, who is gonna be inspired by that person? That's not inspiring. As humans, we are spiritual beings living in the physical presence. The word inspire and spirit is in the word inspire. So if you're inspired by someone, it means you're spiritually there's some spiritual realm going on where success is all spiritual anyway. So if no one inspires you, if you're not inspiring anyone, you are not growing as a spiritual being. You are dying because you don't stay the same. It's like when you go to the gym. If you go and get strong in the gym, guys, you don't stay and keep the muscles. You lose your muscles. It's the same with your spirituality. If you don't grow as an individual, you don't grow at all. You go the other way. Okay. A winner says there ought to be a better way of doing it. A loser says, why change it? That's the way it's always been done. Okay, so we come into this business, right? Those that are affiliates, we tell you guys, look, if you want to make six figures, go on TikTok. What's the first thing you guys say? Oh, I'm not used to TikTok. I'm not a social media person. Well, that's why you've come into this business because you don't have enough money, because you have a loser mindset. That's the way it's always been. That's why you've always had what you've had. But a winner comes in and say, okay, look, if I want different, I have to do different. If these guys are making more money than me, if these guys are in a better position than me, then I'm going to do it that way because they're winning. I want to win as well. I'm not going to be a loser and stay in my comfort zone and say, oh, I'm not used to putting my posts on social media. Well, you never had a reason to. You don't have an online business. You was a consumer. You was just scrolling. You never had a reason. And I'm not saying that if you don't make money from social media, you're a loser, but you're on social media. So what else are you doing? You're consuming. Anything you guys do, guys, ask yourself, anytime you pay for something or you download something, ask yourself, am I going to produce from this or am I going to be a consume? Is this going to take or am I able to give? Okay, if you give yourself an opportunity, you can now give yourself more money, you can now give yourself more freedom. When you guys pay for Netflix, what does it give you? Nothing. When you guys pay for this opportunity, what does it give you? Freedom. People don't know how to differentiate an investment and a liability. I speak to some people on a freeway call. Oh, I don't want to spend money on this, or I'm already spending enough, or I've got bills to pay. This is not the same, guys. This subscription should not. Why is my camera moving? What's right? My subscription should not be right? Your subscription should not be in the same category as your bills because your bills don't bring you any money. It takes money. This is something that can pay your bills. It's not in the same category. Okay, cool. Next one, right? Employer versus entrepreneur. Okay, drop a one in the chat, guys, if you currently have a job. And I never talk down on jobs, I'm just higher on opportunities. Okay, if you have a job, I've had many, many jobs. It's what you got to do. However, I'm sure that's not your purpose. I'm sure that's not why your grandparents went through what they went through. I'm sure my grandparents didn't go through everything they went through. Come here in the 60s for me to work at Tesco. You must be out of your mind, right? So I'm not down on jobs, I'm just higher on opportunities. But please, when you join this business, you may not believe it, you may not accept it, but I need you guys to now understand you are now starting your entrepreneurship journey. You are now starting an entrepreneurship journey, but we have an employee mindset. And sorry to say it, guys, the longer you've been at a job, the more incorrect way you think towards certain things. Okay, so from young, we're taught what to think, not how to think. Once we start a job, we are told what to do. We don't use our initiative. Initiative is such a it's like everyone says, oh, there's common sense isn't common. Well, I don't think initiative is either. Because we have to be told when to go to the toilet. We have to be told when we can go on holiday. We have to be told when we have to turn up. We have to be told when we can go on break. When it comes to entrepreneurship, guys, you are the key factor to whether you're successful or you fail. I need you guys to understand, all 68 of you on this call. If you succeed, it's because of you. If you fail, it's also because of you. As an employer, you're part of a larger team, okay? As an entrepreneur, you are the team. So you guys you didn't join for me. You didn't join for your enroller. You joined for your reason why, which means you are here for yourself. But I need you guys to understand, you are not by yourself. You are here for yourself. Because if you retire your parents, that doesn't really affect me. It'll give me fulfillment, but you are here for you. Entrepreneurship, you are the team. Okay? Now, when it comes to goals as an employee and an employer, as an entrepreneur, sorry, right? Employee, your goals are what the company and CEO decides and want to achieve. I couldn't even remember the goals that I had at Tesco or these jobs, but I guarantee you, you know your job's goals, you know your work's goals more than you do your own goals. You probably don't even know your goals. What are your goals for the end of the year, guys? I'm not asking you to just think about it. What are your goals for the end of the year? What are your goals by by the next 3 years, next 3 to 5 years? Don't underestimate it. Do not underestimate how quick we're 6 months into this year. What goals have you got done from the start of the year? 6 months has gone. We're pretty much at the end of May. We're halfway through 2025. How many goals have you got done? But I guarantee you, you know all your goals and you've done everything you've done for your job, even though your job could just sack you tomorrow and you're replaced the next day anyway. Life still goes on. Okay, entrepreneur, your goals are set by you. We strive for growth and development. In this business, you get paid depending on what value you bring to the marketplace. Depending on what person you become, depends on how much you get paid. So guess what? If you're not happy with the money you're making, it's because you're not the person that deserving of certain incomes. You haven't changed enough. And if you've been here longer than 6 months and you're still the same person, red flag. You're just wasting your money. Honestly, you're just wasting your money. I can send you my sort code and account number if you want to send £140 to me, but you're just wasting your money at this point in time. Okay? Your actions as an employee, your actions are directed by your manager. I am not a manager. No one on this call is a manager. No one can tell you what to do, guys. We can advise, we can coach, we can recommend, but you can do as you want here. Okay? As an entrepreneur, your actions are self-directed and self-prioritized. You don't get told what to do by anyone. I'm not telling you guys to do anything. You can do what you want here. As long as it's respectful and it's within our standards and procedures, then you're fine. But we're only here to get you results. If you want to leave your job, I was able to do that within the first 6 months. There's many, many other people. Forget me. There's many other people. If you haven't listened to last week's testimonials, you heard many, many testimonials where people are making their monthly or they've been able to leave their job within in 6 months. because they listened to people that had what it is they want. Okay. Roles as an employee, your role is a specialist, right? You might be a receptionist for whatever. As an entrepreneur, you are different hats, different roles. I'm telling you guys, I am a therapist, I'm a doctor, I'm a trader, I'm a business owner, I'm a rehab specialist, I am a relationship guide. I'm everything. I've had every conversation with everyone. I may not have the best advice, but it always comes to me as an entrepreneur. But regardless of that, if I do solve someone's problems, guess what? That's part of entrepreneurship. Okay, everyone's got entrepreneurship in their bio. Everyone's got entrepreneurship in their bio. You're not doing nothing entrepreneurship, bro. You're doing nothing what an entrepreneur. What problems have you solved? Whose problems have you helped? Like who have you helped? Okay, support as an employee. You have everything done for you. You have social support. I remember when I was at Tesco, they tried to tell me, oh, like you can have like a social what do they call it? Like a probation officer. I was thinking, like, what's this? You pay me £12 an hour. I don't need a probation officer. I'm okay, right? As an entrepreneur, guys, as I just mentioned, normally, you have little to none support as an entrepreneur. But the reason why this business is thriving, the reason why we're doing so well as an organization is because our support system is 10 out of 10. Our group chats is 10 out of 10. Our community is 10 out of 10. A lot of other organizations would love to have what we have here. I'm telling you now. But one man's trash is another man's treasure. Some people may leave, they go elsewhere and they come back to realize, damn, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Impact. As an employee, your impact is low as you're a small part of a much bigger movement. Okay? As an entrepreneur, your impact can be endless. There's no cap. That's down to your belief levels. The reason why I love this business, guys, is because the fulfillment, and some of you guys, I really pray that you one day get to feel how it feels to to be in a position where you can help people change their life. Like the reason why people that work in the NHS or people that work in hospitals, etc., the reason why they do what they do isn't for the money. Like they don't get paid a lot of money than they deserve anyway, right? But they do it simply for the fulfillment of being able to help someone. I really pray that you guys get to get that feeling because I've had very, very good weeks, good months, good days when it comes to trading and investing. It doesn't compare to, for example, on my birthday, right? The team, some of the team, they did a video for me, an 11-minute video, right? I was crying the whole 11-minute video. That was probably the best present I've had in a long, long while. Didn't get paid from it. But the fulfillment behind the message was everything I needed. Okay, development as an employee, your personal growth is more linear, as in promotions up the corporate ladder. Guys, there's no ladder, by the way, right? Like the top of the ladder, there's nothing, at the top, just to let you know. Okay, as an entrepreneur, your personal growth is not linear and more of a learning method. We're always learning, and that's the best thing. You want to become a student, stay a student, remain a student. There's so much to learn in this industry. So much. And more time, you're just learning more about yourself. You're more learning about how messed up we actually was prior to this. Right? Risk. As an employee, you take no risks. And even if you do, you're risking your job. Your company is at risk of employing you. Okay. There's no risk when you say yes or when someone says yes to you as an employee. You're taking no risk, guys. And that's why it's easy. And I need you guys to write this down. What's easy for you now? If your life is easy, and I mean easy as in like there's a lot of people doing it. If a lot of people are doing what you're doing, what do a lot of people do, guys? They wake up, they get washed, they go in their car, they get on the train, they go to work, they clock in, they have their lunch, they go home, they go to the gym, they watch EastEnders, and then they go to bed. Many, many, many people do that. That is not rocket science to do. But 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line, it's now a lot harder for you to have freedom. It's now a lot harder for you to chase your goals and dreams. But what is hard now? What is hard now? Hard now is keep on blowing your account. Hard now is keep on over leveraging. Hard now is being told no people calling this a scam, people doubting you, your friends and family doubting you. What is hard is realizing yourself certain things. That is hard. But when I was going through that, and when you may be going through that right now, please understand it will get easier. But not because the world's going to get easier. You've just become stronger. You've become better. Okay? When it comes to management, as an employee, right? Your hours are given to you as your time is mapped. You are paid depending on the hours you bring or you do. As an entrepreneur, you have an irregular time and have to put in a lot more hours due to your task at hand. Be very, very careful what you ask for, guys. A lot of you want to be your own boss. You are not ready for the hours. As an entrepreneur, you work more than you've probably ever worked in your life. Please, I'm just letting you know, just a disclaimer, be careful what you ask for. You want to be your own boss, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to have your own time freedom. You're gonna have to work your ass off to have the certain levels of freedom. And that's why some people quit and go back to their job because they're not really on it. They're not really built. They're not really a winner. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It doesn't mean I'm better. If I'm a winner and you a loser, it doesn't mean I'm better than you. Just make sure when you're in bed and you close your eyes that you're happy and you're content. Because what I know some people do and what I used to do is I used to sit up and look at the sky and look at the ceiling thinking, oh my days, what am I doing with life? Where am I going with life? This isn't working. I have no money. I'm in debt. I don't know what I'm doing with life. Da, 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 da. I know someone on this call is in that scenario. If you're okay with that, then that's up to you. But if you're not, you're sitting in front of an opportunity that can allow you to sleep in peace. I sleep like a baby, a bubba. I sleep like a baby when I go to bed now because I've worked my ass off. I've done what I needed to do. I was coachable. I was studied. I took the losses. Okay. Write this down as well. And it helped me as well, guys. For you to make 4 figures a month in entrepreneurship, guess what? You have to lose or have 3 figures worth of lessons. So if you want to make $1,000 a month, you better at least have lost or better have at least had £100 worth of lessons. Okay. If you want to make 10K a month or more, please understand you have to have had at least £1,000 minimum of lessons or losses. If you want to make 7 figures, okay, which is my next run, I've definitely lost and had 6-figure lessons, guys. Some of us join this, we lose £50 and you cry. Like, it doesn't make sense. The math doesn't make sense, guys. Like at least make the maths make sense. You can't complain. Why do people where we come from, why do poor people thinking people think they don't have to lose anything and make an abundance of money? Jeff Bezos during the pandemic, right? He lost billions. Guess what he did? He then went and made trillions. Do you think he would have made trillions if he lost billions? No. But do you think he has a loser mindset of a winner mindset to lose billions? No. Impossible. Okay. Cool. Right. Next, self-confidence and image. Again, this is a huge reality check for a lot of people, and it's one you're going to have to. You can't dodge it. Remember what I said at the start? You can't run from the problem, guys. Like, you can't run from your insecurities. You can't run from being shy on camera. You can't run from it because it will catch up to you. You have to face it head on. And once you do it, you're going to realize, why was I being such a wimp anyway? It's all in your mind. Okay, but are you a winner or are you a loser? You're going to face it head on, or you're going to man up and do what you need to do, or you're going to run from your problems. Okay, the skill of self-confidence. Drop a one, guys, in this call, in this chat, if you don't know what the self-confidence formula is. Joey, you're too fast. If you don't know what it is, right? If you don't know what the self-confidence formula is, okay, I need you now to go on Google quickly, right? Go on Google for anyone that's put a one, type in self-confidence formula, okay? I want you to put it on your as your wallpaper. I want you to print it out, and I want you to do exactly what it says on the tin. Read it out every single day, guys. I know the whole formula off off by heart because I've read it every single morning and I've read it every single night. At first, I was reading it thinking, what the hell is this? The words don't make sense. These are big words. I'm not academically smart personally. I don't have a high IQ level. Some of the words I had to research of what they meant. But now the position I'm in now, everything makes sense as to what it says within the self-confidence formula. I need you guys to study it. It's going to be cringe. It's going to be a bit weird. It's not going to make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. How I need you guys to understand when it comes to mentorship and coaching here in this organization, this business, is I don't know if anyone's watched the Paralympics, right? When you have people that are running blind in the 100 meters and they have someone standing next to them and they're obviously blindfolded, but the person next to them is obviously fit and they're healthy. And the only way that they can trust that they're going to get to the end of the line is their arm is attached to the coach or whatever it is. They don't know where they're going. They can't see where they're going, but they still have trust and faith that they're going to get to the finish line. Some of you guys, you're not going to see or understand why we're telling you things. But understand in this business, if you want to win, or if we want to win, which we do win over this side, we have to help you win. So why would our intentions be anything other than to help you? It doesn't make sense. Some of you, we give you advice, and some of you say, oh, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that. That's why you're in your position, bro. Because if you're not listening to us, who else are you listening to? Yourself. And you don't have the finances. So you're listening to someone that don't has finances. You may as well speak to a homeless person at this point, because if you don't have finances and you keep on listening to yourself, how does that make sense, guys? It doesn't make sense. Okay? Self-confidence can be trained. I was not this confident. Sammy wasn't this confident. The leaders was not as I don't want you guys to look at us today. We was not the people we are today years ago. But what we've done is we put in the work behind the scenes. We've read the self-confidence formula over and over and over again. The only way for you to build this, guys, is simply repetition. Okay? Because what some of you guys do is you're consistent doing the wrong things. You're not consistent doing what you should be doing. There was a TikTok the other day that I see, and they asked him how he was in a Cullinan, right? A Rolls Royce. And they said, how are you able to, like, what is it you do to own this Rolls Royce? And he said, it's not what I do, it's what I don't do. I don't listen to myself because I don't have the results. I don't go out drinking because drinking doesn't help me. I need my brain. I don't smoke weed because I need my brain. I don't hang around people that don't have money because I want to have money. I want to be inspired. I don't want to be around a friend group. Guys, if you've been in this business 6 months or you've been here, whatever it is, and your friends and your family are not telling you you've changed, or your friends and family are not telling you something negative, you are not about to make any money anytime soon. I'm going to say that again. If your friends and your family that you're currently with, if they are not saying to you, raw, you've changed, or why don't you hang out with us, or you're a little bit different, you're not about to make any money anytime soon. So if everything's honey bunny with your friends and family, guys, you're probably not going to make any money anytime soon. Okay? Mirror work, huge one, a huge one here. Again, it may be cringy. Again, you may not be comfortable. I don't care. Comfort zone equals broke zone. Understand that. If you feel nervous about something, guys, if you feel a bit anxiety, that like people like to use social anxiety, all of this palaver, right? It means that it leads to growth. It means that on the other side of doing this, it leads to abundance. Stand in front of the mirror with your self-confidence formula, look yourself dead in the eye and say what you have to say. Some of you can't look in the mirror to yourself. Some of you actually can't look in the mirror at yourself and tell yourself certain things. Again, you're running from something. It's going to catch up. You can't run forever. It's impossible. Okay? Do not accept no, especially if you believe in what it is you're doing and your future. Okay? Those that are affiliates on this call, drop a 2 if you're an affiliate on this call. If you're an affiliate on this call, just drop a 2. Write this down. Every no builds you, and every yes builds your business. So why on earth would you not speak to people? I'm going to say that again. Every no builds you. Do you want to build yourself? Do you want to become a winner? Do you want to make money? Yes. Okay, cool. So you need to go and get some no's. You need to get some rejections. And on the other hand, or the other side of things, if they do say yes, guess what? You've now got another customer in your business. You're now a next step closer to your goal. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, 13 publishers said no before the book was published. Okay? The amount of no's I had 6 months. Everyone told me no. 6 months of people telling me, no, it's a scam, it's not going to work, da, 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 da. Go and get a job, go and get an apprenticeship, go and get da, 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 da. But I believed in myself. God's not going to give, like, it's not meant to make sense to your mom or your dad or your brother. It's not going to make sense. It's not meant to make sense. If it did, they would probably be pursuing it already. If I had listened to people around me, guys, it would have been, none of us would be here right now. F comes before S in the alphabet. Failure comes before success. You have to fail. If you was 30 failures, if I said to you guys right now, you are 30 failures away from making money, would you not try and do as many things wrong so you can get closer to being successful? If I said you're 30, this is not what I'm saying. If I said to you guys, you're 30 accounts blown from making money, right? You'd probably do as much as you can to try and get there a lot quicker. If I said you're 30 people away from getting to your next rank, how quick would you do it? You'd do everything. You'd try everything. You would give it a go. You got nothing to lose. Okay? When we're in school and a teacher asked for someone to speak, was you the person, and let's just say they asked a question, was you the person that put your hand up, or was you the person that knew the answer, but you didn't want to put your hand up because you care what people thought? You were scared of being a class clown. You were scared of being wrong. I used to put my hand up and be wrong proudly because I didn't care what people thought. I didn't care what people think. Don't be a people pleaser, guys. You can't be everyone's mug. If you don't have haters on this call, guys, if you don't have people talking about you, if you don't have people on social media creating accounts, but you're probably not doing, you're not living to your full potential. You're not trying. You're not trying. Stay around people that uplift you, not just tolerate you. Okay, some of your friends and family, guys, are not family, but most of your friends are friends by default. What does that mean? You live in the same area, so it's convenient. You went to the same high school, it's convenient. You support the same team, convenient. You went to the same, I don't know, what gym, it's convenient. When you get to a certain stage, guys, when you're fed up and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you hand select who is in your circle. All right? No one, my dad told me this when I was young, no one is going to big you up bigger than yourself. So if you're in a group chat and you're thinking, I'm not sure whether to type this, I don't know if to get involved in this group chat, I don't know if to type, no one else is going to big you up, bro. This is not daddy daycare. This is not nursery. We're big adults, peoples. Like we're actually adults. If you don't big up you, no one else is going to big you up. We can give you recognition, cool. But if you don't make a standpoint or make a footprint in this industry, no one else will. When I first started, no one wanted to follow me on Instagram. No one wanted to follow me back. No one followed me back. I used to speak into the group chats. Everybody aired me, right? I used to do certain things, got no reception. Instead of being a loser and saying, I'm not going to do that again, these guys, and starting like a baby, I said, you know what? You're going to end up following me one day, and you're now going to reply to me one day. Guess what's now happened? They all following me. Now I'm going to give them a week before I follow back, right? Quit the loser mindset, guys. Quit the victim mindset. It's not around here. We don't do that. Most people that I followed and they didn't want to follow me back, you now have to wait a week or two for me to follow you back. That's just how it works. You have to big yourself up. It's entrepreneurship. It's not daddy daycare, guys. Right? Cool. This is a big one. All right. Emotions that will change your life. Unless you're feeling any of these four things, you're not gonna get results, guys. You're not moving anywhere anytime soon. When I first started, I was disgusted with my situation. I was disgusted with my bank account. Every time I had an alarm where I think it was like every 3 hours, I checked my bank. I had an alarm to check my bank account. I was disgusted. I was broke. That got me disgusted. I was disgusted with the situation. What's going on? Right? But until you get to that situation, you're not going to make a decision. Some of you have not made a decision yet to go all in with this business because your situation isn't that bad. Like it's calm. You get 2, 3K a month from your job. Like it's cool. You got a car. Like rent's cool. You might be staying at mumsy's. Like it's calm. It's cool. you got PlayStation, you got food, you got a room, you got a house, you got fresh water. It's cool, man. You're not disgusted, and that's fine. But you're not gonna make a decision. You're never gonna make a decision until you get to that point of when you're actually fed up. Some of you on this call, I'll be surprised if you may say you're sick and tired, like I'm tired of work. You're just saying it to say it. It's like people talk and say, "Oh, the weather's nice, isn't it? Cool. Weather's lovely." You're just saying it to say it, bro. You don't actually mean it, right? Then you now decide, you now have that civil war. What are you going to do about it? You have that conversation. I remember I had that conversation like it was yesterday. I woke up 5 a.m. My alarm went off. 5 a.m. I'm starting. I sat on my bed at the end of the bed, pitch black. It was raining. I said, "Oh my days, I need to do something about this." I don't know if anyone can relate, where you're about to go to work, you're shattered, tired. It's pitch black outside. You're thinking, "Oh, I got to go do this again. How long is this gonna last?" Until you have that inner staff meeting, you're not gonna have massive success here. Okay? Right? Desire, how bad do you want it? Okay? Everyone on this call, you have something within you that if you spark it, it's a long day. Like if you spark, if the firework is lit and you get going, it is a long day. Those that went to Munich, it's not a coincidence, guys, that nearly everyone that went to Munich has ranked up or leveled up since Munich. Why? Because the desire was built, it was started at an event. Talking of events, guys, we got two. Well, there's one event that's coming around the corner, Eric Worre, but Portugal in April. Just to give you a rundown, 3 months in this business, for anyone that's new, 3 months in this business, you see the value. 6 months in this business, you go full time. 18 months in this business, you never work a job again. Portugal is in April. We have around a year. If you have not got your ticket, what you're basically saying is you're probably not going to be here within the year. That's how I see it. If you haven't got your Portugal ticket yet, you're just basically saying out loud that I'm not going to be here within a year. Within the next year, I'm going to quit. And guess what, guys? It's okay. But those that do see the longevity with this, those that do see the vision with this, please go and get your ticket from Portugal, guys. Because if they sell out and you haven't got your ticket, you just won't have the desire that we have. Some of you wake up and say, "Oh, how do you stay motivated? Like, how do you wake up?" It's because I have a desire. I have the burning desire. Okay. And then the last one is resolve. You promise to yourself, do or die. Things start to happen at this stage. When I started, guys, this was plan A to plan Z. I am going to learn how to trade if I die trying to trade on my laptop. Like I am happily going to go to war until I make money in this market. I am going to go to war until someone says yes to this business. It's do or like it's actually get rich. You think 50 Cent was joking? It's not a joke. Like you actually it's that here. It's that if like you have to make this work, else nothing else is gonna work. And if something else is working, send me your link and I want to join you. But most people that leave this, guys, like I said, they don't go on to do better and they can't bring anyone up with them. So all the best, right? Next. Okay. What are we doing for time? Right, cool. We're gonna finish up very shortly, guys. God, right? As we know, that is what is at the foundation of this business, is at the foundation of what it is I do. What I look at it, or what you can look at it as, is goals over distractions. As I said before, what are your goals for 2025, guys? If you haven't written out your goals, don't worry. 2025 is not done. Please go home, write it. Don't just put it in your head. Don't put it in your notes. Writing things down in blue pen on paper actually opens up certain neural pathways in your brain, guys. This is not my opinion. This is not what I believe. It's what people that have success do. They write down their goals. Most of the goals that I've been speaking is happening today, guys. Most goals that I read at the start of the year is happening today. And then once you reach your goals and your goals start happening, guess what you now do? You now start believing a little bit more, right? Because what we do is we tend to focus on where we've been. We focus on yesterday, we focus on last week or last month, when goals actually make you erase what happened. So if you don't have goals, I guarantee you're focusing on what's behind you. But the same way when you're driving, guys, your windscreen is much bigger than your back screen because the back screen is irrelevant. You're not looking there. But some of you, if you don't have goals, the alternative, it means that you're looking back. You're thinking about your old self. You're thinking about how it was back then. You're thinking about then. That's irrelevant. Write this down. This is how the tenses go, right? So we've got past, present, and future. Most people think and believe it goes past, present, and future in that order. What if I told you it goes future, present, and past? I need you guys to understand this. Look up the definition of future, right? If I do this for you now, the definition of future, it actually comes first. So if you don't speak your goals or your future, this is why you've got it the wrong way around. And we're taught, what are we taught? Past, present, and future, right? The definition of future. I knew it would come up with future, right? A period of time following the moment of speaking or writing, time regarded as still to come. I'm going to say that again. A period of time following the moment of speaking or writing, time regarded as still to come. This morning, I sent out a video and I spoke in the future that this call will be happening. I spoke about the future. This call's going to happen. Right now, we're in the present. In an hour's time, this will be in the past. But the reason why most people are stuck, and I do this on a day, I always put people to the test. I ask people, what are your goals? You start umming and ahhing. That's why, right? That is why, okay? That is why, guys, you're struggling because you just think about what's happened. You don't have your goals. It's not at the forefront of your mind. Oh, brother. Right? It's not at the front of your mind. You should know your goals like that. You should know what rank you want to hit. Those that are beyond affiliate, you should know what ranks you want to hit. You should know the numbers. You should know everything about your goals. Okay? Ego. A lot of men on this call. Please drop it. Please drop the ego. And women in today's day and age, women have sometimes bigger egos than men. It's a scary place. It's a scary world we're living in, man. Right? Get out of your way. Ego is edging God out. Because it's not like you wasn't given your plan, guys. You wasn't that you didn't make up your vision. You didn't make up like what you have in your mind as how you see your future. Like you didn't make it up, you was given it. So why do you feel you can now dictate and get in the way of what is meant to be anyway? Get out of your way. Please, and I'm only saying I only say on these calls things that I say to myself. Like how I'm speaking to you guys now is how I speak to myself. Like genuinely. Like if I had a camera in my yard or when I'm driving or whatever, like I'm actually talking to myself quite a lot. And I'm just speaking to you how I speak to myself. Get out of the way. How can you have, bro, Josh, how can you have a bigger ego? You have such a big ego and the bank account isn't the same. Doesn't make sense. The bank account level and the ego level, how can your ego be here and your bank account's here? It doesn't make sense. But what you'll find is that people that do have the highest bank account, their ego isn't so high because they know that they don't know everything. I'm not the smartest in the room. I'd prefer to be the dumbest. Some of us want to be the jackpot, the smart ass. You know everything, you know everything, you know the answers. To know and not to do is not to know. So what do you really know? When someone speaks to you, is the first thing you say, I know. How many times? Well, if you knew, bro, I wouldn't have to tell you. I know, I know. No, you don't. You may be getting it, you may be understanding it, but you don't get it. You don't get it, else you'd have it. Okay? Positive thoughts come from God. Negative thoughts come from you know who. Okay? The work happens in the mental before the physical. Internal produces external. This laptop, this phone, someone said, I'm going to think of a phone. I'm going to make it in a sizable to put it in my pocket and boom, it's now here. Everything you want, guys, is in your mind, but some of us don't use it. Ask yourself this question. Do you use your mind or does your mind use you? Ask yourself that question. Are you in control of your mind, or is your mind in control of you? I know the answer. You know the answer. Make it happen and change it ASAP. Okay? Cool. We're going to finish on this because this is a powerful concept that I was taught by one of my old mentors. At the time, he was making 1 million a month. And he did this training, and I needed to hear it at the time. And I know someone on this call also needs to hear it in the current process you're in right now. Okay, so this is called the Danny-Kruger process. Okay, what it does, guys, is it shows you the emotional cycle of when change is about to happen. So if change is about to happen in your life, if you are about to get closer to that gold mine, everyone's seen that picture when the guy's hacking in the in like the gold in the mine, and he turns around just before the diamond. This is that process. And it's an actual psychological life process that happens to everyone on this call. I've just been through this process up and down. This is Fort Park, right? Anyone that ain't been in the UK, this is a fun fair that I've been to many a times. So I know what's coming. I know how to handle it because I've been on this roller coaster before. I know when it dips and I know when we're at the all-time high. You start this business, okay? A lot of you are brand new to this industry. You start this business and you have what you call uninformed optimism, which means you don't know what you don't know. So you've seen on TikTok, right? You've seen on Instagram us saying to you guys, copy and paste trading, which is what we do. That's how we make money. We copy and paste numbers from one app into another app, and we want to make money. You guys come in, your first week, your second week, you make money, fantastic. But what you don't realize is that you are greedy as hell. What you don't realize is that you have a terrible relationship with money. What you don't realize is that you're not disciplined. What you don't realize is that you're very emotional. What you don't realize is all of these problems that we have within, you now have what we call informed pessimism, where now you're doubting whether this is for you or not. You've started the affiliate side, right? We've just give you an affiliate launch. We told you, look, make a list, phone people, get people on the call. Sounds easy. Uninformed optimism. You then realize that you don't have influence. You then realize that all your friends are bums. You then realize that most people lie to you. You then realize that people just complain to complain. You then realize that you can't get people on freeway calls. You then realize you're not as skilled, you're not as qualified as you thought. You're now in informed pessimism. You now, oh, the affiliate side is not for me right now. Right now is not the great time. I've got things going on, it's too much for me. Excuses, loser mindset. I'm telling you guys now, do you think people telling me no? And I don't know why I thought this way at the time. It helped me. But when someone told me no, or someone doubted what it is I'm doing, even though I'm making money and I can see everyone else in my team making money, do you think that slowed me down or sped me up? Can anyone in the chat tell me? Do you think that people that was telling me no, calling it a scam, saying it's not going to work, do you think that slowed me down or sped me up? So why are some of you slowing down? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense because the business works. How many more receipts do you need to see? How many more results chats do you need to see? How many testimonies do you need to see to realize this works? How can anyone tell you otherwise? Okay. You then fall into phase 3. Now, this happens maybe I'd say between month 2 and month 3. If before that, then and you quit within your first month or second month, then unfortunately you just fall into the loser category because what on earth is going on there? What do you expect in a month or two? Like in the gym, you wouldn't get results after a month or two. With the diet, you wouldn't. With your spouse, you wouldn't know if it's good or not after 1 or 2 months. So I don't know what you expected. But anyways, 2 to 3 months is when you fall into stage 3. This is the most important step, the important stage in this whole cycle. This will be where you really, really, really get given tests to see whether you're actually about it, whether to see whether you really want what it is you're asking for. Be careful what you ask for, guys, because it won't come in how you want it. You're asking for freedom. You're asking for everyone on this call. I know you want financial freedom. Be very, very careful what you're asking for. God's not just going to give you that. How dare, why would you just be given financial freedom? Why would you just be given the ability to have time freedom when the whole world, 95% of people are working, but you feel that you don't have to go through any trials or tribulations to get what the 5% of people have? So what we've all gone through, we've gone through failures and struggles and stress and lost friends and lost money, and you feel that you don't have to go through anything to earn success. Not in this world, not in this world. Maybe in your dreams, yes, cool. You can live a fantasy, guys. There's a lot of fantasies out there in today's day and age. But valley of despair is when you get tested. Nothing's going your way. It can't get any worse. I have no job. I've just blown my account. Everyone's telling me no on Instagram. I've got lawyer fees, right? Let me just put my thing on do not disturb, right? Whatever problems you guys are going through, I'm not gonna, someone on this call, I don't know who I'm speaking to right now. Someone on this call, you are in the valley of despair right now. And I need to tell you guys, in the valley of suffering, despair, and bitterness are brewed, but there is also character made. The valley of suffering is the veil of soul making. I'm going to say this, read this again. Please write this down, guys, if you're not taking notes. When I understood this, it made sense that I'm just going through the process. This is just part of this process. In the valley of suffering, despair and bitterness are brewed, but there are also character, that, but there are also character made. The valley of suffering is the veil of soul making. This is when you find your true purpose. This is when you find your true well-being. This is why you really truly understand why you're here. Because God's not going to give you like he's number one, he's not going to give you a test that he knows you can get through. But if you have a loser perception and a loser mindset towards your trials and tribulations, then you're not worthy of it. You're not going to get given it because you haven't built your character. And it's so it winds me up, guys. And like I said, I'm not shouting at you. This is just passion because it really frustrates me when today's day and age you go on the news and what the societies are making you do and the schoolings and the educations and just the world right now is they want you to have a loser mindset when it comes because they know that most people are now trying to get out of this rat race. Most people are now trying to get financially free. Most people are now trying to get to break out of this matrix, right? Most people are a lot more woke than back in the day. So they know that during that process of you starting a new business or you making money online or of you trying new things, they know you're going to go through this process. But if you have a loser perception towards this, you are going to quit and you are not going to be here. Right. And that's why it's so important, guys, that we try to improve ourselves in every single area. This is not just a trading community. Go to the gym. If you don't go to the gym, guys, get in the gym because the gym makes you become a certain animal. You have to become a certain animal in the gym. So when trials and tribulations come up, you're not gonna just give up and have a victim mindset, right? But please understand when you do get through the trials and tribulations and it can't get any worse, you're now on the other side. You're now on where the grass is a lot greener. You're now at stage 4, informed optimism. You know what can go wrong. You also now know what can go right because you've just got out of it. You just got out of the storm. And then stage 5, guys, is when you're at the success and the fulfillment level. For the last 5 years, I've probably gone through this process, I'd say at least 3 times. This whole process, this whole roller coaster, entrepreneurships, we've all gone, it's always been uptrend. Don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like it's always an uptrend. Okay. We've always been bullish, but I know, okay, I'm being tested right now. Okay. I'm being tested. Okay. Understand and find out what stage you're currently at right now. Because what you're going through, guys, is not like, it's not a you thing. Everyone's gone through it. But this is why only 5% of people get out the rat race. 5% of people break out this matrix that we live in. Because if I soften you up, if I make you feel like you're a victim, if I soften you up when it comes to this, guess what? You're back in the rat race. You're back doing what you don't really want to be doing. And I don't think it's people don't have a, like when you speak to your friends and family, I don't think it's not, who don't want to like get rich and have freedom, but they just don't understand the higher faculties that our mind has. All right, guys. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna leave it there. But I just need you guys to answer be honest with yourself. Are you more so a winner? And this is where accountability and honesty comes into it. Are you more so a winner or are you kind of a loser? And it's okay if you are or you feel like you're a loser. Like you're very, very victim mindset and everything's not your fault, but you're not gonna win here long term, guys. This is a mindset call. Trading's mindset, building business is mindset, making money is mindset, financial freedom's mindset, life is mindset. Okay. So I'm gonna wrap it up there, right? I do hope you guys got some value. I do hope you guys took in